Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Today, we're going to get right into what we're going to be discussing. So let me share my screen. Excuse me. So first of all, happy Monday. I already said that. It's a new week to do something great, learn something new, and make an impact. So our announcements today are, first of all, making sure, can you access your Sims? You must be able to access your Sims. Pretty much a lot of your bell ringers are going to be wrapped around being able to get in these Sims charts. So if you cannot access Sim charting, I need you to reach out to me. Tomorrow is NCCT class at 2 o'clock. You can find your invitation to join that class in your gray tab area under NCCT class. Exam is going to be Thursday, and it's going to be on chapter 1 and 2. If you want to wait to take your exam, we will be doing a review on Thursday at 2 for our Zoom class, our regular live Zoom class. So that's our announcement. So let's get right into what we're doing today. So we're going to be talking about secondary insurance. Now, your primary insurance is the first insurance that your physicians are going to bill. So you go in, you see the doctor, and he sends a bill to your primary insurance. That's the first insurance. It's the primary. So there are such things as secondary insurances. So let's talk about what those are. And look, there's a couple of slides with lots of information. So just bear with me and let's get through those. So secondary insurance plans work along with your primary medical plan to help cover gaps in costs. Services are both. Excuse me. Supplemental health plans like vision, dental, and cancer insurance can provide coverage for care and services not typically covered under your medical plan. Supplemental plans often have a deductible, copay, and coinsurance. When you meet the deductible, then your plan starts sharing part of the costs with you. When you see a provider, you may have to pay a small fee or a copay. At the time of the visit, lump sum insurance plans pay you a cash amount. Lump sum insurance plans pay you a cash amount should you suffer a covered illness or injury. You can typically use the money however you'd like. You can pay off medical bills, you can pay your deductible, or even use it to cover everyday expenses like childcare, groceries, etc., utilities, rent, whatever. Okay, let me talk to you a little bit about supplemental insurance. Okay, so I have Blue Cross Blue Shield as my primary, but I also have a supplemental insurance that covers if there's cancer or, extenuating circumstances. For example, when I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer and I had to have my thyroid removed, I was able to turn that into my supplemental insurance, which is Colonial Life. It sounds like a life insurance, but it's more than that. And they reimbursed me a set amount. Say if it was $5,000 for every cancer diagnosis, and they'll send you a $5,000 check that will cover your medical expenses to help. So that's my supplemental. Secondary insurance doesn't always work that way. Secondary is a little bit different. So you have your primary and your secondary. Let's read the next slide and then we'll talk a little bit more. So gap insurance plans help you cover out-of-pocket costs related to your health care. For example, you can use a gap insurance plan to help pay your medical plan deductible or the deductible for a dental or vision plan. It can also help pay copays and any payments you make towards coinsurance. You may be required to pay a monthly premium for some secondary insurance plans. The premium cost depends on the type of plan and the coverage you choose. You may choose to have more than one type of secondary health insurance. These can provide benefits for different types of care and costs should you need it. It's important to note that most secondary health insurance does not need to conform to the Affordable Care Act standards. For example, insurance carriers can ask about pre-existing conditions and can deny you coverage in certain situations. Make sure you understand terms, including any exclusions and limitations of any additional coverage you buy. So here's a question. Can you get secondary health insurance to cover a high deductible copay or coinsurance? Yes, you can get secondary medical insurance to help cover out-of-pocket costs. This may include a deductible, your copays, and coinsurance payments. This type of plan is often called a limited benefits plan or simply gap insurance. So, your primary insurance. Let's not talk about supplemental plans, which was my Colonial Life that we talked about. Let's talk about secondary insurances. Okay, so say that I have Blue Cross Blue Shield as my primary, and I have United Healthcare as my secondary. What happens whenever you go to your doctor, they bill your primary insurance for that visit, then the primary pays, and then they send that to your secondary. So once you receive the final EOB, the final bill, it's already run through both of your insurances. Some people have 3, but again, that's something that you get. They bill your insurance, and the insurances cycle through your secondary in your third or whoever, 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever it is. They will cycle that through to all the other insurances. And once the EOB gets to you or the bill gets to you, you will know what you owe after your insurances have all paid. So I hope that that explains secondary insurances to you. Now we're going to talk about it in the front office. So we're going to be doing an EHR in review on page 59 of your textbook. We're going to be talking about Trong Tran. He has picked up another insurance plan, which is MetLife, and that will be his secondary insurance payer. Aetna will still remain as his primary. Add this new insurance carrier to Trong's record. So this is his information. So I am actually going to minimize this so that I can move it over so that I can effectively, let me see if I can move my little thingy here. I'm going to move it over to my second screen so that I can effectively add this insurance. All right, so I went back to my e-learning. Excuse the coughing in the background. I'm going to launch my sim charting. Remember, yours may be a little bit different. I may have to click more than you do. So I'm going to go to my simulation playground, and I'm going to start a new simulation. Now, Trong Tran is already a patient. We're adding his secondary insurance. So we're going to go to patient demographics, and we're going to put in his last name, which is Tran, T-R-A-N. I said B-N. Now we're just going to add his first name. Just the first 3 letters will work. We're going to search for an existing patient. Here he is. And here's his information. It's already there. See, there's his picture. I shared his picture on our little information. Now, we need to add a secondary insurance. So where do we need to go? Well, into our insurance tab. Aetna is his primary. His secondary is now going to be MetLife. And then we're just going to begin to add the information. Name on the policy is going to be Trong Tran. I'm actually just looking at his information, guys. Bear with me. Where's his policy number is going to be XXT 65667. His group number is PA57. Claims address is going to be 1234 Insurance Avenue. City is going to be any town, I believe. Any town, Alabama. Well, it won't let me do anything there. And let's see. Okay, so that is everything I believe I need to add. So once we do that, we're going to save. And it's successfully saved. So MetLife, his policy number, and there are some fields that are not filled in. But believe me, whenever you get the insurance card, you're going to be able to get more information. This is just showing you where to go to put in new insurance information. Okay, so today your bell ringer is going to be to do number 2 and 3 on page 59. How you need to submit that is you need to just take a picture, or you can put completed, however you need to do that. But just put done. But these exercises are so important for you to practice how to update demographics for a patient in an EHR system. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.